So Matt Gaetz' troubles continue. Let's talk about what it means when the FBI obtains a search warrant for a cell phone belonging to a sitting member of Congress. Because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So let's talk about just one piece of information we recently learned about the troubles facing Matt Gaetz. Here's how Politico recently reported this development. Gaetz' predicament as the subject of a serious investigation became clearer this winter when federal agents executed a search warrant and seized his iPhone, according to interviews with 3 people who were told of the matter by Gaetz, who changed his phone number in late December. Okay, so we already knew that Matt Gaetz' criminal bestie, Joel Greenberg, was under indictment, facing 33 federal felony counts. And we also knew that he's decided to flip. He's cooperating with the FBI and the Department of Justice against Matt Gaetz and presumably others. We already knew, and Gaetz confirmed to the New York Times, that he, Gaetz, is the subject of a federal child sex trafficking investigation. And now we know the FBI obtained a search warrant this past winter, we don't know precisely when, for Matt Gaetz' cell phone. Let's talk about what that means. But first, let's do a quick breakdown on how it is we go about getting search warrants. So the FBI obviously had an investigation up and running, and that investigation produced evidence of crime that the FBI believed could be found in Matt Gaetz' cell phone. So here is the process. Once an FBI investigation discloses or reveals that there's a piece of evidence they need to seize as part of their criminal investigation, the FBI agent will sit down and put all of the evidence in an affidavit in support of an application for a search warrant. So they'll put all the information in there to try to prove to a federal judge's satisfaction that they have probable cause to believe there's evidence of crime in Matt Gaetz' cell phone. That affidavit is sworn to, so that is an under oath representation to the court by that FBI agent. Once the FBI agent drafts it, he or she would bring it to a federal prosecutor. I did this probably literally thousands of times in my capacity as a federal prosecutor. And the federal prosecutor has to review that affidavit, and the federal prosecutor has to be satisfied that there is indeed probable cause to believe there's evidence of crime in Matt Gaetz' cell phone. And then the federal prosecutor has to sign off approving the affidavit, approving the application that will then go to the judge. Then the FBI agent walks into the federal judge's chambers and presents it to the federal judge. And they often have a discussion. The judge might have some questions about some of the evidence contained in the affidavit. And if the judge is persuaded that there's probable cause to believe there's evidence of crime in Gaetz' cell phone, the judge will issue the search warrant. Now, the standard is probable cause, and I could do a full hour on exactly what probable cause means. What is the requisite showing of criminality that must be made? Whole classes are taught on that. But the standard of probable cause doesn't change, regardless of whether you're prosecuting or investigating a carjacking case, a robbery, a burglary, an arson, a murder, a RICO case, all of which I've investigated and tried in court. Probable cause is probable cause, except when the executive branch, one of the 3 branches of government, the executive branch through the Department of Justice, through the FBI, is seeking a search warrant for the property of a member of a co-equal branch of government, the legislative branch, a sitting congressman, the standard is still probable cause, but can I tell you, in reality, it's kind of probable cause plus, 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 because of the seriousness of the executive branch seizing the property of a member of the legislative branch. Of course, it is all approved by a member of the third branch of government, the judicial branch, when that judge signs the search warrant approving of the request to seize and search Matt Gaetz' cell phone. That kind of a search warrant application is going to be vetted up and down the chain at the Department of Justice over and over, every word scrutinized, every representation in that affidavit double-checked to make sure there is more than just what we call bare probable cause to seek a search warrant for the phone of a sitting member of Congress. You can bet that was one strong affidavit in support of that search warrant for Matt Gaetz' cell phone. Maybe we'll see it someday after Matt Gaetz gets indicted, discovery is given, and we start to hear about things in open court. So, and let's finish up on this point. The reporting is that this criminal investigation, where Matt Gaetz was a subject of the investigation, that means his conduct falls within the scope of the investigation and he could be indicted. This investigation was opened under Bill Barr's Department of Justice. Yet Bill Barr, Donald Trump's protector, defender, criminal defense attorney, Bill Barr, who also protected any number of Donald Trump loyalists, lackeys, criminal associates like Roger Stone, Mike Flynn, not to mention most of Donald Trump's cabinet members and family members. Whatever Matt Gaetz did was a bridge too far. Bill Barr wasn't willing to hide that, cover it up. Nope, he apparently authorized the opening of a criminal investigation that could result in criminal charges of Matt Gaetz. So boy, I think we should all look forward to see what it is we're going to learn about what Matt Gaetz was up to that prompted Bill Barr to open a criminal investigation into him, that prompted an FBI agent to draft an application for a search warrant for Matt Gaetz' phone, that caused all those prosecutors up and down the chain at the Department of Justice to approve that search warrant, and that prompted a federal judge to issue that search warrant. Stay tuned, folks, because by all indicators, justice is coming for Matt Gaetz. And justice matters. Folks, as always, stay safe, stay tuned, and I look forward to talking with you all again tomorrow.